Good morning, good morning, good morning, you lovely lot. I'm about to start work any moment, but I thought I hadn't started the vlog, so I better just quickly come on and say hello before I start my day. I've got some dishes to do and then the kids will be arriving, so I'm going to make this very short. I'll see you in a bit. Johnny, you look like I feel.
Let's try 4.
Kids are dropped at school. I've decided I'm going to do a clubber size session, and also my skin is getting quite eczema-y again. When that happens, and I haven't been able to do it because of COVID, but when that happens I have sessions booked at a collagen, it's Sunbeds but with collagen tubes as well, so it just helps the eczema. And so I've decided I'm going to go and have some of those sessions. I'm going to try and book in a session this morning, but I'm going to do a bit of a clubber size. I think it's a 20-minute session on a YouTube video that I'm just going to follow along, get a bit of exercise and then go and do that, and then have a shower. I think probably the best thing to do. Just start my day with a bit of exercise and try and remove some of this Christmas podge, and probably not eat the sort of big heavy meals that I keep finding myself eating, because I certainly do not need it. Oh my goodness. Well, that was a good 20 minutes of workout, something like that. I've done nearly 5,000 steps and it's only 9:30 in the morning. I can't get hold of the beauticians. It would seem they're still opening on COVID hours. We have to ring and make an appointment, but no one's answering the phone. I emailed them last night and they said the best thing to do is to ring them. Okay. And I've also WhatsApped them, because on the phone message it says to make appointments you can WhatsApp us. So I'm hoping someone will get back to me. What I want to do is go in for 9 minutes on the Sunbed, get some vitamin D into and some collagen produced in my skin. Got to be careful with Sunbed. It's just when it's not summer, I tend to use this particular Sunbed to help with my eczema. My hands in particular I've noticed are becoming worse and worse. Although they have improved using my Hubby Nonsense special lotion, cream, balm thing I made. Right, I'm going to eat this and hopefully they'll have got back to me. Right, I'm making chili con carne. I'm going to put it in the slow cooker. I have managed to cancel the AA and I've taken a membership with AutoAid. Now I'm hoping I don't regret this choice. I've been with the AA since I learnt to drive back in, well, I was 18 and I'm 45 this year. So where's my, where? Hold on. Oh no, there they are. I've lost my onions, but I found them. So I'm hoping I don't live to regret this. I'm basically going on Darren and Keith's recommendations from Campan Tales, because they've had them a few years now and they've got on great with them. The only thing that worries me is that a lot of the reviews from the end of last year are not great. I didn't realise that until after I'd cancelled the AA. But the AA, for a similar membership, wanted to charge me 200 and something pounds and couldn't get it below 100 and something. And I'm just, I can't pay that sort of money. And then, so I've got that done. I'm hoping that's going to work out okay. I've been trying after my workout today to get hold of the beauticians and get that Sunbed slot booked, and they've come back to me and said they have no record of me. Great. Now I've used them. They were the only people I've used for Sunbeds since I was in my since I was in my teens, when we had a local beautician up the road from us. And then they closed, and to be fair, I stopped doing Sunbeds. But since I've been doing it for my skin, pre-pandemic, I was doing it every winter. And some of you who've been watching a long time will remember I went and had these sessions in the evenings. Lee and I'd go for a walk and we would have a session. I would have a session. But after 3 years, they say they get rid of all their paperwork and they've got no record of me. But they're going to go through their files. But they said, come in and have a sunbed session. Of course, I can't remember how much time I had. Well, my eyes are going to water. How much time I had left on my thing. I believe it was over an hour because I would pay for a block. But if you bought 3 blocks, you got them for the price of 2. If you bought 2, you got one block free. So I was always buying them on the offer rather than pay as you go because it was cheaper when I was coming in 3 times a week through the winter to help my skin. So I'm in communications with them. I'm getting this in the oven and I've got half an hour to get there. So I'm going to get this done really quickly and then hopefully we can work out what's going on. I might need to go maybe to my bank to get some old bank details to prove that I bought this, but obviously I can't prove how much I've used. Sure, if I went through all my vlogs I probably could. I'm sure I would have mentioned going for a sunbed session. Right, okay, let's get this cooked up and everything in the slow cooker and then head off and get that done. The food's in the slow cooker. Shoes are on my feet. Let's go and see if I can sort out this sunbed issue. They said it's going to take a few days because they've got to go through their paper files. I mean, I hope they've still got a record of it. I would hope that they don't just throw away those cards without checking them. But I mean, you know, if I've lost it, I've lost it, haven't I? It's one of the things from the pandemic, and I'll just look at it that if I've lost it, I'm sure as a small business, it would have helped keep them afloat for me to use now, is the way I'll look at it. But if we can come to an agreement and they can give me some, you know, then that would be great too. But we'll see how it goes. Right, let's get my coat on and go get in Spog. Hi. Yes. I'm back home. I've got a big bowl of berries and evaporated milk. Oops. What did I just spill over the table? That's what happens when you tip things up, Pip. Anyway, I did 6 minutes on the sunbed. She said 6 minutes is probably good if I haven't been on one for a long time. But I thought I had to leave like a whole day, like skip a day, do a day. And she said, no, as long as it's a 24-hour period, you can come 2 days in a row, you know, 3 days in a row, what have you. And because I only use it through the winter period, she's like, it's not like you're here every day, using it every day, you know, because obviously you need to give your skin a rest and you do that for the most part of the year. So, yes, so I need to, but they're doing this, you can't really pre-book, you kind of have to contact them on the day and they'll see what they've got booked in because they're not going to stay open at 6 o'clock in the evening for one sunbed session. So, yeah, it's just at the moment until everything's back to normal. Then I've got to kind of WhatsApp them on the day. But good news, they found my card. I was in transition, limbo land. I'd gone from the folder here, but I hadn't quite made it to the spreadsheet. I'd gone into the drawer. And she was like, she said, I recognised your name. And she said, I knew you weren't trying to pull the wool over our eyes and try a swift one on us and try and get some freebies out of it. She was like, you know, so I said to her, out of curiosity, what do I have on my card? Because she'd asked me and I said, oh, I think an hour, but I was thinking, I'm sure it's a lot more than an hour. And she said 200 and something minutes. I was like, I did think I had just bought a brand new session, like a brand new pack of 3 like sessions. And I don't know how many are in each one, but it's like £100 I think for a big block, and I do it that way rather than pay as you go because it's cheaper in the long run. But it can last me a year and a half because I don't go in all the time. And she was like, yeah, you've got like 200 and something sessions, 200 and something minutes left. I was like, okay. And then she said, I said, out of curiosity as well, when did I last come in? There's no way it was 3 years. She went, no, March 2020. So literally just before everything had to close. So I did think, I was certain I had been like just before lockdown. So yeah, she was, last time was March, just before lockdown. So you were right. I was like, oh good. So thankfully that's good. They found me because that saved them a lot of work. And obviously I had spent quite a substantial amount of money and didn't want to lose it. So yes. I'm going to eat these berries and then I'm going for a bath because obviously I've done that workout. I've been on the sunbed, and so I could probably do with a bit of a bath or something before the school run. Oh, do you know something about berries? And then you top it all off with evaporated milk. So I'm only working till 4:30. Kenzie's walking from school to my parents, and then I'm going to meet him at my parents and we're going to go down to the doctor's because he's got a doctor's appointment. I'll say hi to my parents. I've got my mum's book to take to her and a tin of my Herbie nonsense as well to take to her. Just have a nice cup of tea probably with my parents, and then we will come home and there's chilli in the slow cooker. So when Lee and Brendan get in, they've got food ready for them if they're hungry. And Kenzie and I will have food for when we get in because we probably will be hungry. I have got to show you these. I'll leave a little link in the description. They've had good reviews. They are teeny tiny binoculars. Teeny tiny binoculars. I need to get them focused and sort them out. But the idea is that when we're on our walks along the Thames, it's quite hard to see the different types of water birds, or even the, non-water birds, the field birds and stuff. So I wanted a small pair of binoculars that I could take with me that weren't going to be very heavy, that I can get a closer look at the wildlife. But I do need to get them focused. Something to do with you use your right eye, close your left eye, focus your right eye, then do your left eye, and then bring them in together until they become one image, apparently. So yes, I'll have a play with those later, but now I really want a nice cup of tea and a bath. It's 2 o'clock. What a flattering image you are getting me from. You're getting an awful lot of upshots today of me, aren't you? In fact, you're getting an awful lot of me talking to the camera. I've really got back into my DS, bit of retro going on. And I'm currently into Animal Crossing, which I've talked to you about a few times. So, this is... Kenzie is playing the new version on the laptop. Anyone remember that game? There's no point to it whatsoever. I did actually Google if there was a point to the game whatsoever. And basically it's not. You spend all your time fishing, digging up fossils, shaking trees, trying not to get stung by wasps, bees, collecting things to sell in the shop, getting into debt with Tom Nook, who is the shopkeeper, general local guy to go to for money, loan shark, and then paying him off, and then he extends your house, gives you another loan, extends your house, then you end up paying him off. Yeah, so I'm quite into it, quite enjoying it. I'll show you what I look like. I'm walking around in a purple plaid shirt and a balaclava with a fishing rod over my shoulder because I'm doing quite well on the fishing. So I think really the whole point of the game is to fill up the exhibitions in the museum. So that's the fossils and the bugs and the... I don't think it does plants. I can't seem to buy a drink in the bar. Yeah, look, there you go. That's me. In my balaclava because it's snowing, because it's winter. So I'm going to get back on with that for a bit. But that's what I'm doing. I'll probably decide to finish the game once I have filled up the museum with all its exhibits. When I've dug everything up that can be dug. I see just here in front of me is a little hole. And I get my shovel and I dig it and a fossil or something will come out. And if it's a good one, I take it to the museum. If it's one they've already got, then I go and sell it for some money and pay off my mortgage. Right. Should do that, drink another cup of tea and chillax for 50 minutes. That was fun. I did enjoy catching up on my Animal Crossing. I managed to pay a bit more of my mortgage off and I managed to find some cool fossils. And I delivered a letter for a friend and got given something. What did he give me? Oh, a tulip chair. So yes, very good indeed. Now, I've got to go get the children. Then I need to go to the park for a bit, let them burn off some steam, have a snack, and then I want to get back here for 4:15-ish, ready to have parents collect the children and take them home early so that I can get Kenzie to the doctor's. So that's the next plan. I've managed to cross a few things off my list, but I've had to kind of rewrite the list a bit because I just keep adding more bits to it. So a lot of it is more sort of sit down and focus. Like I want to make some Worm's Eye View YouTube cards, like to give to people, because a couple of times on that trip, on the first bit of our hike, people were like, oh, I'd like to follow that. So what's your channel called? And then you tell them, okay, what is it again? And it's just easier, I think, if I could give them a card with a QR code on it. And there are various apps that make QR codes. So that's what I'm thinking. If I can get a QR code that links to the channel, then people can just go to it and go, oh, okay, cool. So that's what I'm planning on doing. I'll look into that this evening and see what I can come up with. But now I need to go and do the school run. Hello there, dinner family. Chilli. I've got some cheese on mine. Your father's got cheese on his too.
I have chili on my chili.
Chili on your chili.
I have rice on my
Good.
rice. Always good.
Brendan, do you realise you're not dressed for this occasion? The rest of us are wearing pyjamas and you are still in day clothes.
You people have the effort to go and put pyjamas on.
Yeah, we made such an effort for this meal. Good evening. I don't even know what time it is. 8:10, something like that. Kenzie's doctor's appointment went well. I don't know what to do with him. He's still not feeling well. Doesn't have a temperature, but he's been feeling sick all day. He's got tummy ache. He insists there's nothing worrying him at school. Just don't know what to do really. Mentioned it to the doctor, but we were there to see about a different issue, so he wasn't really kind of gonna go into anything else. I guess the only thing I can do is ring and speak to a doctor about it separately. He's worried if he keeps taking time off school, it's going to affect his attendance, which is low because of being ill and COVID and everything else. But he's also worried because he's got some work to complete, so if he's not feeling well and he doesn't go in, then he's not going to meet deadlines. So I don't think that's helping. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, really. So, yes, but we have just spent a lovely half hour having a cuddle and a nice chat. So hopefully he'll feel a bit better. And I've ordered him a new manga book to read, and he's not sleeping very well either. He says he's finding it hard to sleep. Oh, excuse me. Tired now. Oh, dearie me. So, yes, what am I doing this week? Standard work this week. And I don't think I've got anything terribly exciting happening. Really. I think this is quite a relaxed week. Because I haven't got a hike with Jackie. I'm not going anywhere in Spog. I haven't got anything booked in. No appointments or anything after today's appointment. I haven't got any appointments booked. So I think it's just a bit of a down week, really. A bit of a low-key week, if that makes sense. Right, I'm going to finish my probably cold cup of tea now and say goodbye to you all. And I hope you've not found this very chatty vlog too monotonous and boring, because I am aware it's very much me talking to the camera today. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you lovely lot tomorrow.